Welcome back, everyone, to the deep dive. This time we're tackling a listener suggestion, and let me tell you, this one's a doozy. It's a true crime episode, and the title alone is like straight out of a horror movie. Mother caught cheating with groom at daughter's wedding ends with gruesome murders.
Oh yeah, that's definitely one of the more shall we say attention-grabbing titles we've seen in a while.
Right. I mean, you just know going into it, somebody's going to end up, well,
I'm having a good time.
That's putting it mildly. But okay, so gruesome murders aside, what is it about this particular story, that makes it so compelling? What are we diving into here?
I think this one really taps into, primal fears about betrayal. Think about it. Weddings. They're supposed to be these celebrations of love and family.
Yeah, new beginnings, all that.
Exactly. But this story, it flips that on its head. It takes this sacred event and twists it into this nightmare scenario. It's like a car crash you can't look away from.
And I gotta say, they had me hooked from the get-go. But okay, before we get to the gruesome murders, let's set the stage. Who are the players in this twisted drama?
Well, you've got Sarah the bride and Michael the groom. On the surface, they seem like your typical, starry-eyed couple.
Yeah, ready to start their happily ever after.
Exactly. But then there's Diane. She's Sarah's mother, and, well, let's just say she's not exactly winning any Mother of the Year awards.
Because she's the one having the affair.
Yep. Diane is having a full-blown affair with Michael.
Okay, hold up. So the mother of the bride is hooking up with the groom. I've heard of family drama, but that's a whole new level.
And the way the podcast tells it, the affair is exposed in the most dramatic way possible. Picture this. It's just hours before the wedding ceremony, and a bridesmaid, after maybe a few too many glasses of champagne, stumbles upon Diane and Michael.
Oh no, don't tell me.
Oh yeah, they're in a full-on, passionate embrace.
You've got to be kidding me. Of all the places to get caught, they choose the wedding venue. Talk about adding insult to injury.
And that's what makes it so fascinating, right? The audacity of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like they wanted to get caught, or at least that's the vibe you get from how the podcast lays it out.
I mean, talk about a recipe for disaster. You just know it's going to be good. But this is more than just a scandalous affair, right? It's what happens next that takes this story from soap opera to true crime.
Oh yeah, things get dark, like really dark.
All right, well, I am all ears.
This affair, it's like a catalyst. It sets off this chain reaction that quickly spirals out of control. We go from wedding bells to, well, let's just say it's not a happy ending.
So spill the tea. How does it all go down? Who makes the first move?
Well, it all comes to a head, as you might imagine, during the reception. The podcast doesn't reveal exactly how the truth comes out, but we know that eventually Diane's husband, Mark Sarah's dad, finds out about the affair.
Oh man, talk about a punch to the gut.
It's brutal. Imagine being the father of the bride on what's supposed to be one of the happiest days of your life, and you find out that your wife and your daughter's new husband, the guy she's supposed to spend the rest of her life with, have betrayed you in the worst way possible.
Yeah, that's like Shakespeare-level betrayal right there.
Yeah.
Talk about your world being turned upside down. So what happens? Does Mark confront them?
It's interesting. The podcast does a really good job of building suspense. We know that there's this confrontation brewing, all this tension and anger simmering beneath the surface, but they don't reveal all the details right away. They let it hang in the air, like a ticking time bomb.
Ugh, I can only imagine the tension in that room. So we've got a love triangle gone wrong, betrayal, secrets, and lies. Where do we go from here? How do Mark and Sarah, the ones who were betrayed, react to this bombshell?
Well, Sarah ends up overhearing some of the fallout.
Oh, no.
Yeah, imagine being in her shoes, right? Your wedding day, completely blown apart, and then you overhear your parents arguing about this huge betrayal.
That's got to be a special kind of hell. So what does she do?
It's interesting. The podcast portrays her, at least initially, as kind of in shock.
Yeah, I can see that.
Like she can't quite process what's going on.
Right.
But then there's this shift. She starts to gravitate towards her dad, Mark.
Well, yeah. He's the one who got hurt too.
Exactly. They're both victims in this whole messed up situation.
Yeah.
And that shared sense of betrayal, it becomes this kind of twisted bond between them.
Oh, that's creepy. I see where this is going.
And you know where it's going too, right? Revenge.
Yeah, revenge is a dish best served cold, as they say. But seriously, what do they do?
So Mark is completely consumed by this need for, retribution.
I mean, can you blame him?
Not really, but what he does next is, well, it's intense. He calls Michael, pretends he wants to talk things out, be the bigger man.
Oh, this is bad.
And Michael, poor guy, he actually believes him. He agrees to meet up with Mark, try to clear the air.
Oh no, this is not going to end well.
It does not. The podcast, they paint this really vivid picture of this meeting. It's not a conversation. It's Mark waiting for him, and he's got a gun.
Whoa, he brought a gun to a conversation.
Yeah, it escalates so fast, Michael doesn't even have time to react. And just like that, Mark shoots him.
He kills him right then and there.
Yeah.
Dead. Wow. Talk about impulsive. But what about Sarah? Was she there?
The podcast is kind of vague about her direct involvement in the actual murder, but it's heavily implied that she knew what Mark was planning to do.
Oh, okay. So they took care of Michael, but what about Diane? Like, she's got to be next, right?
You're right. They don't just stop there. Their thirst for revenge, it's just gotten bigger.
Yeah, it's like once you cross that line, there's no going back. So how do they get to Diane?
So after Michael disappears, Diane, she starts to get suspicious. I mean, this is the guy she was having an affair with and her brand new son-in-law.
Yeah, you can't really blame her for wondering where they went.
And of course, who does she go to? Mark. Can you imagine?
Oh man, the irony. She has no idea she's walking right into the lion's den.
Exactly. The podcast actually plays out this whole conversation between them. Diane, she's terrified and confused, and she's demanding answers about Michael. And Mark, he just stays completely calm, collected.
Chilling.
Right, because he's already gone to that dark place. So he plays it cool, but, and this is the really messed up part, he wakes.
He waits. For what?
He waits until later that night when Diane's asleep. Then he goes into her bedroom and he suffocates her.
Oh my God. He killed her in her sleep.
Yeah, it's cold-blooded.
So they're both dead, Michael and Diane, just like that. But what now? What do Mark and Sarah do? Do they try to cover it up?
They do. At first they try to make it look like Michael just skipped town.
Oh, please.
I know, right? And they try to pass off Diane's death as natural causes. But remember Rachel, the bridesmaid who caught them at the wedding?
Oh yeah, Rachel. She saw the whole thing go down.
Well, she starts putting the pieces together.
Mm-hmm.
She knows something's not right, and she decides to go to the police.
Good for her. So what do the cops do? Do they buy her story?
Well, it's kind of classic, right? Small town, you don't expect this kind of thing to happen.
Yeah, I mean, who could imagine?
So, at first the cops, you don't really take her seriously.
They probably thought she was still hungover from the wedding.
Probably. But Rachel, she's persistent, thank goodness.
Good for her. She's like the only one who saw this thing from beginning to end.
Exactly. And as the police start looking into it, they realize, wait a minute, something's definitely off here.
Yeah, two people don't just disappear like that.
Right. So they start digging, and they uncover some pretty damning evidence.
Like what?
Well, for starters, there are witnesses who saw Mark and Sarah with Michael at the reception, which blows their whole alibi out of the water.
Oh, busted.
Yeah. And then the police find some inconsistencies in their stories. The kind of stuff that makes you go, that's weird.
Oh, so they were sloppy with their lies. Not exactly criminal masterminds.
Not quite. So the walls are closing in, and Mark and Sarah, they know it. So what do? They make a run for it.
Oh no, they went on the lam.
Full on Bonnie and Clyde, except, without the bank robbing. They pack up and disappear into thin air.
So where'd they go? Mexico, some tropical island.
Not quite as glamorous. They end up hiding out in this rundown cabin in the middle of nowhere.
Okay, so not exactly living the high life.
Nope. In the podcast, it does a great job of showing just how stressful and terrifying it was for them.
Yeah, always looking over their shoulder.
Exactly. And they're haunted by what they did, especially Mark. He's totally falling apart. The guilt is eating him alive.
And Sarah.
She's tougher to read. The podcast kind of leaves it up in the air.
Yeah.
But I think she's trying to justify what they did, convince herself it was the right thing.
Wow. Talk about a messed up situation. But they can't hide forever, can they?
Nope. The long arm of the law catches up with them. The police track them down to that cabin.
How'd they find them?
Well, they'd been following leads, checking credit card statements, phone records, that kind of thing. It's amazing what they can do these days.
Digital footprint, man, it'll get you every time. So what happened? Was there like a shootout, a hostage situation?
Nothing quite so dramatic. The police surround the cabin, and they're using a megaphone to tell Mark and Sarah to come out.
Intense. So what did they do?
Mark, he knew it was over. They were caught. So he convinced Sarah to surrender peacefully.
Probably for the best. I mean, you can't outrun the law forever.
Exactly. And that's kind of the message of this whole story, isn't it? You can try to run from your past, but it always has a way of catching up with you.
For sure. So what happened to them?
Well, the trial was huge, of course. Made national news. Everyone was talking about it.
I bet. A story like that, it's hard to turn away from.
Right. And in the end, both Mark and Sarah were found guilty of murder and sentenced to life in prison.
Wow. So no happy ending for anyone.
Nope, not this time. This case, it's a stark reminder that actions have consequences, and sometimes those consequences are life-altering for everyone involved.
Absolutely. This whole story, it's like a Greek tragedy, you know? You've got love, betrayal, revenge, murder. It's all there. And it really makes you think about the choices we make and the ripple effects they can have.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Well, on that note, I think we're going to have to leave it there for today. Big thanks to everyone for joining us for another deep dive. Be sure to check back next week. We'll be back with another listener suggestion. And trust me, you won't want to miss it. Until then, stay curious.